This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the Purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the Purge and shall not be harmed.
Shalom. This is the priest and your brother Azan Ha Ahmath back at you with another lesson. And I sincerely pray this lesson is edifying to the lambs, to the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Ha-Rakak-Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do we well. Peace and salutations to all the beloved Akim and the few Akwaf that are listening. And right before the upcoming weeks of a day of death that America celebrates called Halloween, well, that's what it looks like every day out here. And if you are unsure of the times that we're in right now, all you gotta do is open up your front door. All you gotta do is turn on the news and be witnesses, because we are without doubt living in the last days. The scriptures say that there will be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Now, because it reads that way, does that make those that fear not the Lord exempt from the scourges for amendment? God forbid. Because the troubles that we see in these cities, they're not prepared for us. Because only those that are tried like gold will come out this fire. And would you ever imagine that Babylon the Great will look like this? Okay, smoke bombs and flash grenades, chaos on all corners in every major city. This place is like a third world country, but it's your America, right? The place where people used to do as thou wilt, but now all that's getting shut down. And we're gonna keep bringing these lessons out because this is the state of the place that you reside in right now. And it's at its downfall, it will never rise again. As the scriptures say, this is the beginning of many sorrows, bad times, because a police state is active, right? The federal government is now enforcing the law, i.e. law enforcement. And that's what Trump said he was about to do. And they ain't sparing none: women, children, Edomites, police officers getting arrested. As you can see, war has been declared, not on the terrorists, but U.S. citizens. Right now, as we approach the 250-year mark since 1776, coming out of British, Spanish, and the French, because that's what America's about: war. Edomites fighting Edomites. From the French Revolution War, World War I, World War II, the North and the South fighting over slaves. Well, now we in 2025 and you still don't have freedom. We know for us that we read Micah 2:10, we know that this ain't our rest. But the anarchy is here, and it's not gonna stop. It's gonna continue to bleed out. The government has caused the shutdown so they can come with a solution. You know, and this guy Trump, he told you that he was gonna make America great again, right? That this was such a golden era. But now look at it. It's a police takeover for the American people to fall in line. And it's gonna clash because America ain't with it. These Babylonians are marching for no kings, but they're not asking and beseeching for the King of Kings to restore peace, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the King of Peace. His presence is with us while they're outside causing mischief, fighting against the police department, because the police can't fight themselves. We're in tune with the scriptures. We're in tune with the prophecies, watching for the Most High while Yahweh Shai's next move, which is why you're not going to see none of the brothers, okay, involved with these protests and these marches. Our protest is prophesying while Babylon is crumbling. We're singing. We're that band playing while the ship is sinking. Just like the walls of Jericho fell by the order of the priest and the band playing. We're witnessing an uprising, the people against the government. And there's no coming back from where we're at right now because the insurrections, they're here. Okay? Civil war, class wars, race wars. It's all about to go down. If you've been in tune with the spirit, you should know when we see America in this state, what time it is. Let's get the scripture in 2 Esdras 9:1. It reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. See, the Lord had told us in times past by the mouths of the prophets that these days would come, right? So while the carnal man and the woman is fighting for justice against a faction that's set to bring in a new world order, a new technical, digital revolution against people who are accustomed to liberties and freedoms, right? That's the American way. But past history teaches us, just like this new administration, the only way possible is by force. Forcing people to do what they don't want to do. Forcing you in their prisons and their jail cells and going to force that MOTB on you. Which is why we're saying it's going to be clash wars out here. Because the people aren't going to capitulate. They're not just going to lay down. Which is why rebellion is at an all-time high these days. And why they're going to their government looking for answers. They're waiting for the government shutdown from the left and the right to be settled. They have no understanding, but the Lord is dealing with the prophets. He's dealing with the servants so that we're prepared in these times. 2 Esdras 9:2. Then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand. And as you see the uproars, you see the fights, you see the Assyrian versus Assyrian, Egyptian versus Egyptian. The Lord spoke about these days and we're seeing it. We're witnesses. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And we know that the beginning, the Lord already knew the day of the end. And people are confused. They don't understand what times and days we're in. Who's the author of confusion? Satan. Right? They don't know the temperature like a frog in the water that's increased in heat. It's going to stay in and die because the heat was gradually turned up. These people don't have a government. The president has turned on you. Their idols aren't working anymore. They don't have a God to pray to. And when all this is over, they're going to be subjected to fall in line because your government may appear to be for the people, but they're not. They're gradually moving towards a more draconian, dystopian society because they know that their time is short and that their end has manifest. 2 Esdras 9:5, for like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder, and powerful works, and endings in effects, and signs, and these are the signs. Are you catching the concept? Are you watching? Can you see that the vision is clear that Esdras saw? Habakkuk, John the Revelator, the powerful works and endings and signs. Now we're here watching it, seeing it. We've experienced thousands of earthquakes in diverse places and pestilence. People giving up the ghost left and right, taking their own lives, and they can't handle the pressure. Now young teenagers and young adults are setting their own dates to off themselves, right? We are definitely in some demonic times. And that's because they don't have any answers. They don't have a power to go to. More people are buying Bibles like never before. You can look it up yourself. Okay? The Most High has us in a time of mourning. The mirth is gone, SNAP benefits stripped. We may be in a shutdown today and a lockdown tomorrow. So woe to those that don't know the Lord like we do. How should they escape the hand of the enemy if they believe in idols and false gods to save them, right? But we've been putting in good works. As Jake would say, we've been putting in that work of good faith. And safety is the reward of a good man and a good servant. 2nd Ezra 9:7, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by his faith, whereby he have believed. And see, that's the belief that's going to get us through this storm, right? They can't see through the smoke, but we're walking by faith and not by sight. And that's the difference between them, the people of anarchy, carnal Americans who believe in red, white, and blue, not the creator of all flesh. Have y'all forgotten that Babylon the Great has totally sold you out to Edomites and heathens from other countries and left you Babylonians, you Americans, crumbs? See, the difference between hope and faith is who do you put your trust in? A crooked government of rich technocrats, witches and warlocks that are prepared to chip every single man, woman, and child, maybe even your dog, or a power that will save his people from the perils of the enemy who seeks to take your life. I'd rather suffer for righteousness than to die for a country that's prepared to make you a slave. So my advice to every brother and woman of this truth is to stay out the streets, stay out of the way, use wisdom, stick to the scriptures, and walk by faith. And with that, I give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hawakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops and brothers who believe in the anointed. This is the priest and your beloved brother, Azan Ha Ahmath, Abba Bal Shalom.